Yo, what's going on YouTube? I'm Evan, this is Marksman Trading. Today we are discussing the profit to loss ratio. It's a very important statistic that you should be tracking. I've been tracking it for a long time now. And it basically divides your winning trades by your losing trades. So let's say on average you win $10 per trade, and let's say your losing trades are roughly $5. So if you divide the two, that means you have a profit to loss ratio of 2, meaning that for every 2 losing trades, you can just take 1 winning trade to get back to break even. So this basically allows us to have a lower win rate with a higher profit to loss ratio. And today is a perfect representation of this. So we took 2 trades today on the ES, and one was a small red trade and one was a big green trade. And so even though we had a 50% success rate, we're still green in the day, and that's because we had a good sharp ratio. So we'll discuss that. I'll discuss the thesis for each trade. If you guys are new here, this channel is all about transparency. I am showcasing my trading journey one trade at a time, so be sure to subscribe. We trade both stocks and futures. And if you're looking for a prop firm, Apex still has that 71% discount right now. You can pass the account in 3 days, so I'm pretty sure it's expiring in like less than a day. So use my coupon below or the link in the description to claim that discount. Now let's get into the recap. So here's the first trade I took today on the ES. I took one MES contract short over here at 1026, where the yellow arrow is pointing at, and I think I got filled at like 5220, but I did stop out for a loss at 1029 at roughly like 5222.5. So the reason for this trade was I defined it as a range day, meaning I'm looking to play the extremes in the day. In this case, it wasn't a lower high, it was a double top, because I usually trade lower highs on range days. But today I was shooting for a double top, but I took it with very small size, just one contract, because I didn't feel like it was extended enough for an exhaustion move. You can see we have this higher low kind of above VWAP. When I take exhaustion moves, I like for it to kind of be a straight move up, or like let's say a higher low down here and then a straight move up, not higher low in the middle of it. So that's why I took it with such small size, because I didn't have a lot of conviction on this trade. But I think it was still worth taking because we did have a topping tail here. We were rejecting the supply zone. We had pre-market highs. So it was worth taking, but with small size. And if it was going to work in my favor, then I would have scaled in. But unfortunately, we did take a loss in this trade. But as you can see, it was only a $12.50 loss. It was nothing. And that's because it was on the starter. And so just remember this, because I'm going to discuss this loss with the next trade when I explain the profit to loss ratio. Alright, so here's the second trade I took on the yesterday, and it was a lower high reversal short. So the reason why it's a reversal this time, as opposed to other times I take lower highs when I trade range, is because today it was a trending day. After the range that I thought we had in the morning, it quickly turned into a trend day, as you can see. So the thesis for this trade was both on the ES and the NQ, we just about hit past the ATR, meaning we're likely not going to go any further. We started topping out up here, and Amazon, which was the driving stock of the day, it was really moving the market up. It started to kind of get a little bit heavy and not break highs as much. And so after this lower low at 1146 compared to this 1107 pivot, after that formed, I was looking for a lower high. My mentor was looking to trade as well. I think he took it on the NQ. I took it on the ES. So as we started to respect this trend line from these lower high pivots, I entered one contract at 1156, short at 5237, like 0.75. My stop loss was to the high of day, all the way up here at like 5238.75. And so I was hoping to scale in. Like in yesterday's video, I talked about how I'm really trying to learn how to scale in more because I'm taking good entries now. But I'm still having a hard time, taking more risk on them. So unfortunately, we were not able to scale in, but we did take this flush pretty low, all the way to 5227.25, and that's because we kind of flushed right into the 5-minute 20 EMA. So if we're going to continue this trend back up, I think it was a good proactive spot to cover. So I'm not too upset with the exit. What I should have done, like I said, was scale in more up here, or I could have recycled this one contract, got short here in this lower high. Because we did miss a good move all the way back down to VWAP. So that's the thesis and reasons behind the entries and exits of this trade. But as you can see on this trade, I made $27.50. So that's the point of this video that I want to make, is if you have a good profit to loss ratio, you really don't need to have a crazy good win rate. Today's win rate was 50%, meaning I had one losing trade, one winning trade. And so, but because my losing trade was nearly actually less than half of my winning trade, I still was able to come out green on the day. And the reason why the total profit and loss on the day is slightly different than adding the loss I took in the first trade and the win I took on the second trade is because on the second trade, I did mean to only take one MES contract up here, but when I first entered, I accidentally took 3, and so I panicked and I cut it real quick, and so I just caught just a few dollar loss. I just wanted to point that out. But anyways, the point still remains. Today I had I think it was over a 2 profit to loss ratio, and so that allowed me to still be green on the day with only a 50% success rate. And so yeah, I just want to point that out to you guys today. I thought it was a really good thing to cover, and it's something that I've been doing pretty decent with. As you can see, here's my stats from kind of trading this new style since last Monday, and I currently have a profit loss ratio of a little less than 2, so 1.75, but that's still solid, right? A profit loss ratio of just 1 means that every single winning trade equates to the amount that you're losing. So right now I'm rocking a 73% success rate, and I have a 1.75 profit loss ratio. So these are good stats, and I can actually afford a lower success rate with this profit to loss ratio that I have right now. And that brings us to the end of this video. Be sure to comment, like, subscribe. I hope you guys learned a lot. Hit me up if you have any questions, or if you want me to make a video on the other statistics that I trade. As you guys may have seen when I had my Google Sheet pulled up, I do track a lot. So yeah, let me know if you want me to kind of showcase the rest of the stuff that I look for when I'm tracking my trades and logging it. Also, be sure to check out the Apex discount, 71% off all evaluations. You have 3 days to pass it, but the discount ends in about 1 day. So use my coupon code below or the link in my description, grab that discount, and thanks again so much for watching. God bless.